We are indeed back. Now let me pause this music. Actually, let's turn this down to 1. Okay. We are indeed back. We have... Okay, so I'm starting to think I should do a streaming schedule. Maybe on like Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays possibly? That sounds like a good idea. The reason I haven't been streaming as much as usual is because, well, I've been making... Actually, I said last stream, I've been making my, streams into VODs, my stream VODs into actual YouTube videos. And I want to try and work harder on my YouTube channel because, well, the, what do you want, Daisy? What's wrong? My YouTube channel, I've been trying to work harder on my YouTube channel because my YouTube channel, wait a second. Sorry, I am back. There was a bit of an interruption. Okay, so the reason I haven't been streaming as much is because, well, I'm trying to work harder on YouTube to get monetization status when it comes to actually having a YouTube channel. Because, well, I just found this out just yesterday or 2 days ago. YouTube announced that the monetization threshold will be doubled. So, if you don't know, currently... on YouTube, if you to get monetization status, to get into the partner program, you have to have 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers. You see, the 4,000 watch hours thing, that's being doubled to 8,000. Why? Well, people are speculating maybe because of the AI slop issue on YouTube. I have no idea. That could be a reason. So I'm trying to get there as fast as possible. But that doesn't mean I'll stop streaming. Obviously, streaming is kind of the source of all the videos I'm making. I like streaming. I love streaming. It's very good. Streaming also is better for like reactions and stuff. Just so I can it's just better for reactions. That way I can I tend to, when I stuff up on video, my brain tends to get angry at a certain point if I keep stuffing up. So if I live stream, my brain literally doesn't get angry at all from stuffing up, because, well, I'm live and people can see me getting angry. So my brain naturally just doesn't get angry from stuffing up. So that's why I live stream while doing these videos. Also, I'm getting a new webcam. I won't be live tomorrow on Thursday, because I don't go live on Thursdays, but I'm hopefully getting my webcam will arrive, so that will be fun. That'll be really good. I'm getting a new... So currently, if you don't know, the webcam I use for my VTuber tracking, it's from like the early 2000s. It is an ancient webcam, possibly the last of its kind. Okay, not really, but like, it is such a bad webcam. That's probably why my eyes often close, or like I'm looking down right now, right? I'm not closing my eyes. I'm not blinking. I'm just looking down and it thinks I'm blinking, but I'm not blinking. I mean, every now and then I'm blinking, but like half the time when I'm blinking on my VTuber or my eyes are closed, it thinks my eyes are closed, but just because I'm looking down or like looking at a certain angle. So I'm getting a new webcam. Hopefully that'll be fixed. I don't know. If that doesn't fix it, I'll need a ring light. Maybe it's lighting. I don't know. Also, the new webcam should be able to fix up lighting. I'll actually show you the webcam. Let me show you. Wait a second. Where is it? I need to view the item. Okay, so I'll show you the item. This is the webcam I am getting. It is this webcam. Yeah. That was not... Oh my god, thank god. Thank god, I almost just doxed myself on fucking Amazon. God damn it. That was not good. Oh my god. I almost just doxed myself. I accidentally didn't show my, thingy. Okay. Well, hopefully that'll be fine now. What am I doing? Okay. This is the webcam right here. Okay, I'm not showing that. I just realized it probably is doxing myself. I have no idea why. But, maybe I can screenshot it. I don't know. Open image in new tab. There we go. This is my webcam. This is my webcam right here. Not my webcam. This is the webcam I want to get. It's coming tomorrow, hopefully. So this is the webcam right here. Pretty good. It's 100 and... Hold on. It's 119 Australian... 120 Australian dollars. It's arriving tomorrow, hopefully. So that'll be good. I almost just doxed myself. I'm such an idiot. Okay, so this is the video we are reacting to today, by Atozy, the TikTok DoorDash girl's legal case is going awful for her. I'm sure he'll explain it, but basically, if you don't know, there's this, a while ago, about a year ago now, there was this TikTok girl that filmed a DoorDash guy naked on his couch, and then decided to claim he was essaying her or sexually harassing her, when nothing like that happened. He was asleep. So let's just begin the video. Hold on. I also need to start. Let's restart this recording because I just realized I didn't record. Okay, the video we are watching. Okay, the video we have here is the TikTok DoorDash girl's legal case is going awful for her by Atozy. So if you don't know, basically the TikTok DoorDash girl, this was about a year ago now. I'm sure Atozy will explain it, but basically, there was this girl that was employed by DoorDash, and she decided to open a guy's door when he was half naked on the couch sleeping, and then she decided to say he was essaying her or sexually harassing her, which he wasn't, but we'll just dive into the video and begin how the legal case is turning out.
The TikTok DoorDash girl filmed a naked man passed out inside his own home and then posted it for nearly 30 million people to see.
Hold on. Let me just pause the music. Okay. Here we go.
The TikTok DoorDash girl filmed a naked man passed out inside his own home and then posted it for nearly 30 million people to see, and then claimed that she was the victim. So, naturally, she got hit with 2 felony charges, and after months of failed plea negotiations, she has decided to fight this thing in front of a jury.
This is very unfamiliar, by the way. Normally, women get away with a lot of stuff in the legal system. Let's continue, though.
This is related. They just punished me for posting about my while door dashing. They just fired me, and the police are doing nothing.
You can see the crazy in the eyes. She looks so crazy. She is, oh god, if she ever gets a boyfriend, oh, poor soul, man, poor soul. I really hope that doesn't ever happen. People like this don't need to procreate.
I lost my job, and that was my only way to make money to pay my bills.
Now, if you watched my last video on this case, you would know that we've been waiting forever for something to actually happen in this case. I literally flew to Oswego, New York to watch Olivia Henderson appear in court, only to just, get there, see everyone. I saw her there, and then everything got postponed. Or, well, it wasn't technically postponed because it got moved up to county court. So essentially, I just
love to hear it. Woman for finally makes false allegations and doesn't get a slap on the wrist. She actually got moved up to a higher court. So originally she was on the lower court, but now she's getting moved up to a higher thing, so possibly a harsher sentence.
Had to pack up my bags, go home, and waited. Then she got indicted months later. And now, after even more months of court dates and motions, and I guess trying to work things out behind the scenes, we finally know what's going on because Olivia Henderson is preparing to go to trial.
The internet can't seem to get enough of the criminal case of Olivia Henderson, the now former DoorDash driver, on TikTok, claiming she was harassed by a customer, naked, asleep
Didn't she have curly hair? So I should stop pausing, sorry.
on TikTok, claiming she was harassed by a customer, naked, asleep on his couch, when she delivered his order last year. But then police charged her because she recorded him and posted the video.
So she
How can someone sexually assault you or harass you when they're asleep? Big questions.
appeared in Oswego County Court again on July 31st, and Olivia and prosecutors have failed to reach a plea agreement, which is pretty big because remember, what she's accused of doing here back in October 2025, Olivia was delivering a DoorDash order when she arrived at a customer's house, and according to her, she found the door open. And inside was a dude passed out on his couch naked from the waist down. Police later said that he was drunk, unconscious, and incapacitated, so Olivia recorded him from the outside of the apartment and posted the footage to TikTok, where
Just something an everyday person would do, right? Yeah, imagine walking into a person's house on accident, or probably on purpose, I don't know. Why was she in the house? Imagine walking into the house, seeing a naked person, and then what would everyone would naturally do? They would film it. What? What? Who would film that? Why would anyone film that? I am baffled.
it absolutely exploded. And we're talking 30 million views. I mean, that is a lot of people seeing a passed out dude naked. That is not ideal, especially because obviously this was without his consent. Then she also
Hold on, didn't he? How is that allowed on TikTok, right? Is that allowed on TikTok, being a photo of nudity? Okay, whatever.
that is not ideal, especially because obviously this was without his consent. Then she also claimed that the man had intentionally exposed himself to her and said that she had been
Asleep, by
assaulted.
the way.
The woman who recorded a man without his permission while he was unconscious claimed that she was assaulted by said unconscious man. Something's not adding up here. Regardless, police investigated this and said they found no evidence that an assault actually occurred. So they said there was no physical contact, and their investigation concluded that the man had been unconscious on
Hold on, sorry to pause
his
again, but
couch because of alcohol.
sorry to pause again, but
And
look at that chin. He's got that Superman double chin. I don't know which one it was. I can't remember. What, Superman? Who has a double chin like that? That's not a thing. Is that a thing? He has a double chin?
last time
Look at that. It's a double chin. God, I'm so autistic. Fuck.
I checked, it's not illegal to pass out drunk on your own sofa. It is very unfortunate that the dude managed to leave his door open though. Regardless though, the man wasn't charged, Olivia was. And she's now facing 2 felony charges: second-degree unlawful surveillance and first-degree dissemination of an unlawful surveillance image. So this is the act of filming him and then the act of posting these videos on TikTok. But here's where this update gets really interesting, because for months, I mean, one of my biggest questions was, how do you defend this? Because, she filmed it and she posted it. That's what she's being charged for. Well,
Mind you, not only did she film it, but since she posted it, she probably will have to go home or sit somewhere to. It takes like, I don't know. It doesn't take like it's not a button to click to upload. Like it's a short. I assume it's similar to YouTube. It's a short process, shorter than a long form video, but it's not instant. You'd have to actually, take the time to think about what's happening as you get back to where you're going, just for you to sit down, pull your phone out, and then go through the process of uploading it. And before you hit publish, you had to go through those steps to say, maybe this isn't such a good idea. But no thoughts go in that head, do they?
I think this would be case closed because there isn't too much mystery about it. And apparently, her own attorney also agrees with that part. So her public defender, David Smallwood, told News Channel 9, I think there's very little argument on what the evidence actually is, on what actually happened.
Her public defender challenging the prosecution's narrative she invaded her victim's privacy, an argument he's asking the judge to rule on.
Well, it is reasonable to expect for most people that you have privacy. If you do something to not have privacy, then you no longer have a reasonable expectation of privacy.
Emphasis
Mind you, you're not meant to go inside the people's houses when you order DoorDash. But whatever.
Sizing it was the customer who left the solid door open with just the glass door as the barrier to his home.
And that seems to be the argument they're preparing to take into court. They're not really fighting over whether Olivia filmed and posted the man. They're fighting over whether doing that actually meets the legal requirement of, these felony charges. And I guess a huge part of this argument comes down to two questions. First, how much privacy can you legally expect from inside your home when your front door is open? And number two, was this man's front door even open in the first place? Because
yeah, see, that's what I've heard. The front door wasn't actually open. It was slightly unlocked, like it was half closed, but it wasn't open. Like there was I'm pretty sure there was like a gap. You can see a gap in the door, but it wasn't fully open. It was just half or almost closed, if you know what I mean.
Olivia's attorney is now leaning hard into that first question. Smallwood says the homeowner's door was left wide open, exposing him to the public. Basically, the defense appears to be arguing, yes, this man was inside his own home, but the door was wide open, so anyone could see him from the street. So essentially, if his door was wide open and someone standing outside could see him, that he still have reasonable expectation that no one would see or record him. And I guess that...
See, it is a very lucky situation that the woman, it's a very lucky situation that the woman is being held accountable. Because guess what? If the roles were reversed, let's say it didn't go this way. If the roles were reversed, let's say the woman did in fact get away with it. If the role was reversed, the man would get so much flack. If the man was the one pushing open a woman's door, he would be, let's just say, not crucified, obviously. We don't do that anymore. But he would not get off light at all. He would be gone. He would be gone. But since it's a man that's happening to, no one cares. I mean, at least a lot of people are starting to care, right? The pendulum swinging back. But a lot of people still make fun of the situation. But it's really sad because if it was a woman that was if it was a woman that was being the target on the couch, the man might even be assaulted himself. The one that let's say in this alternate situation where the man was pushing open the door, he might not even live. I mean, if we're talking about vigilantes, that might come into play. But either way, men don't get the same treatment as women in the court system. That's shit. But luckily, the woman is possibly getting years behind bars. That's what I've heard, at least.
A distinction matters because the unlawful surveillance charge involves recording someone at a place and time which that person has reasonable expectation of privacy. This isn't just like Olivia's attorney standing up there and going, well, what she did wasn't that bad. No, he's attacking the actual part that the prosecutors have to prove. I can at least understand the legal question they're raising. Like, if you're standing naked in front of a giant open window facing a crowded sidewalk, do you really think no one's gonna see you? But I guess that brings us to the second question. Because before we spend 10 minutes debating on what an open door does to your right to privacy, I would like to know whether this door was actually open or not, because Olivia is saying it wasn't. We had early reports saying that it was like open, but not fully open, and that she pushed it open. But the big problem with that is we haven't seen any proof that that was the case. All we really have is Olivia's side of the story, and obviously the video. So essentially, Olivia's maintained that she arrived and found that door open. And some of the more recent reporting describes it that way too. The Oswego County News reported in June that the police said that she arrived to the customer's apartment and found the door open. But if you remember the original controversy, people were going frame by frame through the footage and were questioning whether that was actually what happened. Because you had a whole bunch of claims online, at least early on in the story, where people said the door wasn't wide open and that Olivia maybe pushed it further open herself before filming inside. And that...
Either way, even if the door wasn't open, even if the door was open, I don't know. It's still the case of her saying she had an essay happen to her. I'm pretty sure also the guy said he was drunk, right? If he was drunk, let's say he was drunk, or even if he wasn't, this still is about her saying she got essayed. You can't get essayed from a fucking unconscious man. You can't get essayed from an unconscious person. You can feel, I guess, grossed out, or maybe borderline. You can't even say you're borderline harassed, because you can't harass someone if you're not conscious. It's just not possible. I mean, what is the guy? Is the guy one of those people who can sleepwalk? Sleep rapist? a sleep essayer? Is that a word? I don't know. But that's the thing. You can't. It's just not possible while you're asleep. So whether the door was open or not open, I mean, how much privacy? I guess that's the point when it comes to filming. But the fact is, the biggest alarming thing is she said she got SA'd when she didn't. You can't be SA'd from an unconscious person. It's just not happening. It's not possible.
That obviously would be a very different situation, because obviously there's a massive difference between I walked up to this house and there was a naked man visible right there, or she walked up, the door was kind of open but not fully open, she kind of saw a glimpse of the guy and then pushed open. I don't know. There was also some early reporting alleging there was ring camera footage from a neighbor. So again, this will be really interesting to see if that's true or not. And right now, based on the reporting we have, I don't think we should pretend that the question has been completely settled. What we do know is that police said Olivia recorded the man from outside the apartment. We know Olivia says the front door was open. And now we also know—
should I get one of these? I wonder how good these do a job at anything. The muffler. Huh. God, I'm getting sidetracked.
that her attorney is arguing that the door was wide open and that this man gave up some reasonable expectation of privacy. But whether the evidence actually backs that up, I guess we'll see that in court. Because obviously, if the entire defense leans on the dude's door being wide open, hopefully nothing comes out that disproves that. But regardless, despite all of that, all the headlines are now saying Olivia Henderson is officially going to trial. And there will be one big hurdle before we actually get there, because her attorney is trying to get these charges thrown out. Smallwood has asked the judge to review the grand jury record and determine whether prosecutors gave enough evidence to actually support an indictment. And remember, this grand jury is the reason Olivia ended up in the county court in the first place. So back in May, prosecutors presented their evidence privately to a grand jury, and the grand jury voted to indict Olivia on both felony charges. And
see, I don't understand. Why are they going after the filming thing and not the false allegations thing? See, women never ever get in trouble for false allegations. In my opinion, people who make false allegations should get the same or maybe a slightly less sentence. By slightly less, I mean like a fraction of a less sentence, if not, same sentence as someone doing it. Like actually doing the false allegations they said. Because false allegations will destroy a person's life, whether they're true or not. Well, that's kind of the point, false allegations, if they're true. If they're not true, obviously. But false allegations will destroy a person's life, and just making false allegations is enough to fucking have hate sent after them and destroy their own life, stopping them from getting employed, stopping them from making a career or something. It is a fucked up thing. You should not be making false allegations, but they do anyway, and they don't get in trouble for it. It's fucked. You don't see men making false allegations, I mean, unless it's towards other men, but you never see false allegations towards women from men. You never do. It's only one-sided. From men towards women. Did I say that? I don't know. But they never get in trouble for it. They never do. And that's fucked.
no, that doesn't mean they found her guilty. It means the prosecutors have cleared the hurdle necessary to move forward with the case. But now, Olivia's defense is challenging that indictment. And based on Smallwood's comments, we have a much better idea of why. He isn't really disputing the basic sequence of events. Again, he basically just said there's really no arguing what the evidence is, which is also kind of a wild sentence to hear from a defense.
God, I'm so distracted by that chin. Bro, okay, I really want to look up. What was that? What chin was that? Double chin superhero. No, is it this? No. Does Superman have a double chin? No. No, not double chin. What's it called? Double chiseled. Okay, I want to ask you, what has famous double chisel chin. Not fact. What? With the line through it. Does Batman have a double shot? Ah, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, I mean, it's not a superhero, but he doesn't even have that. I have no idea. I don't know, but damn, I didn't know that was a real thing. People could have double chins. Not double chins, chiseled chins. I don't know what to call it. But yeah, let's like this video as well.
Defense attorney in a case like this, because, you know, that's been the point from the beginning. Like, at the end of the day here, we're not trying to figure out who held the camera and who posted these videos. Even Olivia herself has publicly talked about posting it and why she believes she was justified in doing so. So the legal fight is over whether those actions actually satisfies the crimes prosecutors were charging her with, and if the judge agrees with the defense that they don't. So who knows? I mean, the charges could actually be dismissed at Olivia's next court date on September 9th. So technically, there is still a path that she might not get a trial at all. But if that challenge fails, we're going to court. Because the other huge update from this hearing is that Olivia and the prosecutors have failed to reach a plea agreement. And this is interesting to me because in my last video, I said a plea deal seemed like the most likely way this would all end. Apparently not, though. At least not so far. I mean, we don't know exactly what was offered during these negotiations, what Olivia would want to accept or not, or which side refused to budge. So
I don't care what Olivia wants to accept. I want her in jail. Because if a man was falsely accused and if he got falsely accused, say that the false accusation she made and he actually falsely got imprisoned, he would get years. But she doesn't care. She's a witch. That's what she is. She should not be free. Okay, she should be free eventually, but like, she should not be. People like this, these are not good people. And I bet you she's one of those people who will morally, she's one of those people who will morally get on their high horse and say they're the best people ever, and they are, I don't know, they say like that they're walking Jesus. They're so holy, not holy, no, that implies Christian. But these people get on their moral high horse and they tell everyone how bigoted they are, how evil they are, they're a Nazi, this, that, they don't care. Oh shit, I am a poet and I didn't know it. But they are the most evil people on this planet, and they do not even see it. It angers me.
I'm not gonna sit here and pretend I know what's going on, but I am surprised a plea deal didn't happen. And the trial can happen as early as October if all this goes through. Although there is actually another unrelated trial affecting the court's schedule, so if that gets in the way, the trial would actually happen in January, which I think I was in Oswego in January of 2020 of this year. So if we actually don't go to trial for a full year after the first time I appeared, that would be crazy. Regardless, it was very cold there in January, I can confirm. This would definitely be a very interesting case to be a juror on, though. Like, imagine the shock, not hearing about any of this, and you find out some woman did this on TikTok, and you're sitting here like, there's no way this is real, but it is. This is definitely a top 10 jury duty trial. The one that takes the cake is absolutely the TikTok psychic one, though. I mean, that must have been a full-on trip for everyone who was a juror on that TikTok psychic one, though.
How TikTok psychic videos got her $10 million in debt. What? What? Okay, maybe
I mean, that must have been a full-on trip for everyone who was a juror on that case. But regardless, this is just a horror story of how some dude passed out drunk in his apartment and woke up the next morning with 30 million people having seen his junk. That's not ideal. But there is also another part of this that I don't want.
Well, I at least hope it was big. Wait, that sounded gay. No, I at least hope for him that if people did see it, that it was at least big to that way it could attract some people for him. What am I saying? Bro. Oh, God. That sounded so gay. Anyways.
Get lost in the legal arguments. Like, even if Olivia could see this man from where she was standing, seeing someone and recording their naked body, that's two different things. And recording it and then posting it for nearly 30 million people online to watch, that's a whole nother step as well. And that's ultimately what the prosecutors are accusing her of doing. And this is also why I just think this whole situation is so crazy, and the way it's unfolding is just crazy as well. Olivia originally posted the video because she wanted, I guess, to warn other female delivery drivers and expose what she believed this man had done to her. But instead, police investigated her allegations, said they found no evidence that an assault occurred, and arrested her instead. And now prosecutors eventually secured a felony indictment. Now again, the plea negotiations have apparently gone nowhere. Her attorney is trying to knock out the indictment, and unless the judge agrees to dismiss these charges on September 9th,
How did she...
Olivia Henderson could be sitting in front of an Oswego County jury as early as October. So
How does she have the funds for this lawyer? Shit, I really hope it's a bad lawyer. Hope she only had enough money for a shit lawyer. Because, God, this woman is... fuck.
this is how we went from a viral TikTok to an arrest and now to a grand jury indictment. Drop a like on this video if you want me to actually fly out there and cover it again. But until then, I shall get some sleep because I have a raging fever currently, and unfortunately in this job, you don't really get sick days. I would just get way too behind on videos. So thank you guys for the support. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
That was a really good video. What is this? Oh, that's the other one. Okay. That was a really good
This
video.
guy built a YouTube channel
That was a really good video. I shall link it. Hold
and
on.
passed out.
Where's the link? Let's link that. Link that. There we go. Okay, that was really good. I shall, in the recording here, I'll just make it absolutely 25 minutes on the dot. 58, 59, 25. Perfect. Hopefully. Okay. That was a 25-minute recording. Nice. Usually I end up streaming and then I have to search through where the start and the end is for each thing I react to. But I actually recorded it this time, which is good. Okay. The next video we have here, we have work reporter shuts down my interview when I expose her as a racist.
People.
Wait. Okay. Let's see. Hold on. Maybe I should take it. No, not a break yet. It's fine. I should actually wait. Hold on. I'm gonna categorize the videos. Hold on. Wait. Let me recorded videos. Where is it? TikTok. False essay girl react. Okay. This fine. Okay. Okay. No. Wait, that was the wrong thing anyway. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Let's start recording. Stop stream. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm not stopping stream. Don't know why. I have a thing where I have to press buttons just to see if the thing will come up. They're saying, "Are you sure?" will come up. That's not good. Okay, let's start. So start recording. Okay. This video is by Warren Smith, Secret Scholar Society. I've seen this guy before. Pretty good guy. Woke reporter shuts down my interview when I expose her as a racist. Let's see how this is like, because let's see how this is because, well, I saw the first few seconds of this video. It's hopefully going to be gold.
You can be prejudiced against white people.
Nope, stop.
I'm just going to say this and you can debate it. You can't be racist against white people. You can be prejudiced against white people.
Oh, goody, that's a perfect start to the video. Oh my god.
Racism implies a power imbalance.
Where'd you learn that?
That's just how it is. That there's no way to arrive to that.
What happened? You say it's just how it is.
And that's what these people do. They just say, oh, that's how it is, but they can't explain why. Because they lack critical thinking. The definition of racism is literally just to discriminate someone based on their race. That's it. But apparently, There's more to it than that.
That is.
So
I'm
when
sorry.
people say, well, black people have to use separate water fountains, because that's just how it is. I'm sorry.
If that's how you want to take it, that's how you want to take it.
And you don't think you can advance any more on that?
I really don't want to.
I wanted to get this out quickly because this is one of the most important interactions I've ever caught on camera. I was at a student summit speaking to
Mind you, the lady is white, right? Oh, God.
students. A reporter sat down who was covering the event.
When people are talking about DEI, they're specifically talking about trying to achieve specific outcomes.
Yes.
So
What tattoo has she got on her arm? I have no idea.
specifically talking about trying to achieve specific outcomes.
Yes.
So you said it, I don't think it logically works.
Okay.
I tried to point out to her that DEI inevitably is racist, logically. There's no way around it.
Because I think it's the only example of systemic racism anyone's been able to provide to me.
It's not systemic racism against you.
How?
Let's see if she can explain why, because I guess I bet I can. Why is DEI systemic racism? Well, you see, people who of certain minorities, let's say black, gay, for some reason gay is included in the hiring process, don't know why. But okay, let's leave out gay, because gay is not part of the race thing he's talking about. So, people of color, so black people, what do you call it, Mexicans, Asians, all of this, they often get hired more frequently when DEI is in practice, and white people do not get hired. They actually get hired less frequently when DEI is in practice. Why? Well, because they want DEI wants more inclusion of everybody, except when that everybody is white people, because white people are seen as bad because of our history. Now, I'm not doubting our history is bad. Obviously, our history has been bad with certain stuff, but not racism. Like, for example, a lot of people for some reason say slavery is still a thing when it comes to white people. I don't know how that's a thing, but white people. I mean, not. I guess I haven't heard people say. Okay. People still think a lot of white people have the advantage over everybody nowadays, when it's actually the exact opposite. Because of DEI, white people get hired less frequently and to get treated worse. And as you can see, example with this lady, she thinks you're not able to be racist towards a white person, therefore it is okay to treat them badly because of their skin color. And DEI does that exact thing. You can get not hired for something because you're white. That is racism, and that is systemic racism, but she doesn't see that as a thing.
Well, everyone deserves a chance to speak and a chance to kind of be out there. We are only as good as representing everyone in their nation.
Unless that everyone is white people. Gotcha.
It's not just white men, it's not just rich people. We need every single voice there.
So it'd be equal opportunity, right?
Yes.
Okay, but equity is equal outcome.
Yes.
So it's a different word. That's why we have a
Yes,
different
but
word.
we should be fighting for equality and equity.
Okay.
It's both sides of the coin.
But if equity is, am I misunderstanding equity?
See, these people, they don't want equality. They don't want equality. They want inequality for the other side. This woman is a slave to her own programming. She thinks it's a fucking PvP server. She's turning on herself. She doesn't realize that. I mean, to be fair, women get treated better anyway when it comes to like legal and employment stuff. But even then, she doesn't realize that she does not realize that. For some reason, she doesn't realize that white people, what am I saying? I'm losing my train of thought and I'm rambling. Systemic, am I having a stroke? Okay. Systemic racism, wait, what was the point? I've got to re-jog my mind.
It's both sides of the coin.
Equal outcome.
Yes.
So it's a different word. That's why we have a different.
That's what I was going to say. She doesn't want equality. She wants she wants inequality for the other side. So she wants to disproportionately have she wants to what the fuck? She wants to disproportionately imbalance and make minorities have more power than white people. When, as I see it, everyone should be equal. But she doesn't see everyone as equal. She is a racist.
We should be fighting for equality.
Wow, sorry, I don't know why I am.
We should be fighting for equality and equity.
Okay.
It's both sides of the coin.
But if equity is, am I misunderstanding equity?
I don't think you are. I think equity is leveling the playing field so then everyone can reach an equal opportunity.
Okay, so let's run through an example. Like, how do we level the playing field? I'm a firefighter, volunteer firefighter, so let's use that as an example. If there's not enough of a specific skin color in the fire department, how do we fix that without being racist?
It's also just reaching out to demographics who don't.
Noticed her not answering the question. She just roundabouts.
That's advertising.
It's advertising, yes,
But that's not equity.
It's making sure those people that feel comfortable joining a group like firefighters.
So we'll put, because mentally we have this column of advertising. We're trying to put that aside and understand equity though. Because you're advocating for DEI, right?
Yes.
Okay, so can you get into the DEI portion of it beyond advertising?
Just that, like, everyone is equal of a. I don't really understand what you're asking.
Keep in mind, this is someone who
She is so. We're so cooked.
has already graduated college. I doubt she has ever been challenged on this ever before.
It's opening up these doors for everyone so we don't have to get to a point where that is an issue.
Can we get specific though? What does it mean opening up the doors without lowering standards?
It's allowing people to understand that everyone is welcome and bridging the gap. Advertising. I agree with you on that aspect. I think that's part of it. It's showing off
So what's the
that
other
you're.
part though?
What do you mean?
How do you get it?
How are you supposed to do this without? See, I see the guy's point. Not the girl. The guy. The one that's actually not an idiot. I see his point. How are you supposed to hire someone and so-called balance the playing field of races in a certain employment area without specifically targeting that demographic based on skin color? And if I'm not mistaken, that's against one of the Constitution thingies, one of the amendments, right? I think. I'm Australian, so I'm not sure, but I think it's an American one of the American Constitution, one of the American amendments that you can't discriminate on skin color. You can't discriminate when hiring. It might not be, but I think it is. Even so, I'm pretty sure there's a law. I know there's a law about it where you can't discriminate based on trivial characteristics like skin color. And picking certain races or attributes based on trivial things, picking that over actual qualifications, that is racist or some sort of ist if it's not to do with race. Because hiring a certain race, that is racist. This person doesn't see that.
How do you get equal outcome?
By making sure the standards are the same, by making sure everyone feels welcome and is trained the same way. That has nothing to do, DEI has nothing to do with standards.
You just said making sure everyone is trained the same way.
Yes.
How is that DEI?
That's just basic hiring.
Right, that's my point, is it's not DEI.
Yeah.
So can you explain to me DEI?
DEI is making sure everyone feels welcome and secure and that you're not.
DEI is just making people feel welcome.
It's making sure everyone has the equal opportunity to apply to something, everyone has the equal opportunity to get hired.
They do. As I just mentioned, there's a law against doing the opposite. But they don't care. They're doing exactly what they're not leveling the playing field. They're leveling it and then cutting off the other side of the playing field that used to be higher. What the fuck?
That'd be equality.
That's not DEI. DEI means something very specific. Equity means something different than equality. That's why we have different words for both of them.
Okay.
The equal ability to become a firefighter.
Yes.
That's not equity.
Okay.
Okay. So do you think DEI now, if we look at it through this lens, do you think pushing for equal outcomes might be a flawed process?
I still don't think so.
Equity means equality of outcome. No one can explain to me how you're going to achieve that without being, by definition, racist. The only response you can offer is to change the very definition of racism.
I think you can debate the language and you can confuse people with how you debate the language. I
don't think he's debating the language. She's the one. Their side is always the people that want to use wordplay just for the hell of it.
I think fighting for everyone to have equal rights, equal opportunities, making sure that playing field is equality and equity go hand in hand. You cannot have one without the other.
Okay, so the words mean specific things, and we have two different words because they mean different. It's not like a word game, right? Can we agree on that?
Yes.
Okay, so if they go hand in hand, but can you explain what's the difference between equity versus equality?
Equity is making sure that, so let's say equality is just kind of giving everyone the same opportunity. Equity is everyone has the same opportunity, but you might not have access to that opportunity because of obstacles in your way. So everyone has access to apply to a job. Not everyone can, let's take colleges. Everyone has access to apply to colleges. Not everyone can afford the application fee. Not everyone can afford a college counselor to make sure they get in. Not everyone can afford tuition, loans, et cetera, et cetera.
Socioeconomic.
Yes, equity is.
Yes, I agree that economically certain demographics do indeed have certain demographics do have an imbalance, but that's not a systemic racism thing. It's unfortunately, I mean, it does go back. There is a history in America where it does go back generations, right? But it's also a culture thing. I'm talking about the modern day, right? Nowadays, it's also a culture thing. They kind of continue because of the history of certain demographics, right? Let's take black people, right? In the hood specifically, people who are born in like down areas. I don't know what it's called. Like lower income, not lower income. Like is downtown the right word? The like lower, like poorer areas. That's the right word. All of these people, because of their upbringing, right? Because of the systemic racism that used to happen, their parents their parents kind of continue that cycle by the kids, by telling the kids that they can't achieve much because of systemic racism that doesn't actually exist anymore, and that was actually passed down through generations. And because of that, a lot of these kids, they've turned to crime and all of these other stuff, and that is a problem. But it's not systemic racism; it's a culture problem. And the only way to I don't know what way to fix that, but maybe educating people on, how to. I don't know, but stuff like. A lot of the and I'm not saying a lot of these areas can easily get out of poverty, right? It's not easy. It's not easy at all. But it's not due to a systemic racism that happens right now. Maybe from the past, but choosing people based on trivial characteristics such as race is not the answer. It's only going to divide us more. The only way to unite us as a country, well, I'm in Australia, but this goes for me too. The only way, because this goes for me too, because we have, Aboriginals in our country get more benefits than regular people, and there are reasons for that. But I stand by my point that in America and Australia, the only way to unite us as a people is to let go of the past and unite. Sorry, my dog is barking. The only way to unite us as a country and a people is to let go of the past and do what we can to fix the future. That's the only way we will unite as a people and get better as a country or countries. That's the only way. But people don't want to do that. It's very unfortunate. I'll be back. I just need to fix my dog's barking. Hold on. There we go. Okay, we are back. Also took my coat off. Okay.
Not applied on race.
Yes.
Your socioeconomic status.
You can see her face change as
Hold
soon
on,
as
what did they say?
Et cetera, et cetera.
Socioeconomic.
Equity in. Not everyone can afford tuition, loans, et cetera, et cetera.
Socioeconomic.
Equity, yes.
I agree
Equity
with you.
is.
Scholarships not applied on race.
Yes.
Your socioeconomic status.
You can see her face change as soon as I say not applied on race. She's like, wait, hold up. To her, the important component is skin color. You can't take that out of the equation. And this
Exactly, because they're the racists, not him or us. Hold on. Sorry?
is where she starts to get upset.
So like my students, I used to be a teacher. My students taught students that came from like nothing. And the problem with equity is that it's only applying that socioeconomic advantage based on skin color, because they're saying this group, because a group
I
skin
disagree.
color is
There's,
underrepresented.
as someone who just graduated and went through the scholarship opportunities, there's opportunities, specific scholarships for people of color, for Italians, which I am, which I don't consider myself an oppressed class. There's scholarships for low-income people. Every single demographic, there is a way to give a boost up for.
So I guess I'm just curious. I don't understand why we break people down into groups based on race.
We shouldn't.
Exactly. See, wait. Sorry? See, I've said this and I'm gonna say it again. Racism isn't a moral failure, it's a logic failure. People who categorize, sorry, there's something on my keyboard. Anyways, see, racism isn't a moral failure, it's a logic failure. People who categorize other people into groups or discriminate others based on race, they're stupid. They're idiots. Because, in my mind, why would you discriminate someone based on their race? It doesn't logically make sense. There's no attributes that derive a person's personality based on race. Now, culturally, maybe, and sure, race does have some races do have lower, like, on average, lower IQs, right? But that doesn't mean you're a bad person or can't do a job. IQ doesn't measure everything, right? So I'm gonna leave out the IQ bit because, well, I'm iffy about IQ because I think there's a lot to measure when it comes to different things, and I don't think IQ is an accurate measure of intelligence. But I'm going off track. Racism isn't a logic failure. Racism isn't a moral failure. It's a logic failure because it just doesn't make sense. How can you derive someone's attributes based on their race? There's nothing about a person that is based that derives from their race when it comes to how they act as a person or how they treat one another. It's culturally, maybe, yes, but not race. And people who discriminate others based on race are idiots. They have no idea how the world works, and they act like certain races have different attributes because, well, they're idiots. And unfortunately, a lot of these people who think that are the ones on the left because they think that white people, for example, are racist by nature because we're white. Does that make any logical sense? No, it doesn't. And why doesn't it? Well, I just said attributes don't derive from race. And these people think it does, and they're the real racists.
We shouldn't, but that's where we always have been. The whole point of, I guess, is to level that. It's to make it so we get to a point where those groups don't matter. But right now, for bad people, they matter. So we have to overcorrect it to make it an even playing field. To then eventually, down the line, everyone is exactly equal. No one needs an extra boost because.
Except that's not how it works. We can already see it. We can already see people having more advantages than others.
Because they haven't been disenfranchised.
This is where I run into it, and I appreciate you having this conversation.
Yes.
I mean this honestly, because you just admitted that it's a bad thing what we're doing.
It's a bad thing what we were doing.
Bad.
I mean, previously when people weren't hired because of their race, because of their gender, because of their
So we
sexual
should do
orientation.
I agree. Racism is bad, but I don't think implementing racism is to get over racism is logical.
It's not racism. I'm
why is it a
sorry.
bad
I'm just going to say this, and you can debate it. You can't be racist against white people. You can be prejudiced against white people. Racism implies a power imbalance that white people have the advantage over.
What power advantage do we have? I'm just going to put this out there. I think black people are stronger and actually have more biological advantage in every way than white people. They have bigger dicks. They're often way fucking stronger. God, they are really. I see often the more often I see it's more often when I come across a black guy, right? They're often really muscular. Not all the time, everybody's different. But the last time, I don't really see anyone other than my family. I don't go outside very often at all. But it's more often I see black people who are muscular or fit in some way. A lot of the time when I see a fat person, like me, they're white, who doesn't work out, white, who is often a Karen, white, a Karen, I was going to say, I don't know, I cut myself off for the humor, but a lot of the time, black people have a really good biological advantage. I think it comes down to, simply because from what I'm aware of, black people were the first humans, I think. From what I know, is black people did indeed derive, humans specifically, humans derived from Africa. And during the Great Ice Age, thousands and thousands of years ago, tens of thousands of years ago, when the land bridge formed, people migrated, and then after the land bridge dried up, and the Ice Age was over, people were trapped on separate continents. Over time, they had different biological attributes when it comes to Asians, for example. They have their eyelid folds, because to survive the climate, and have better eye protection in the climate. White people, the reason we are white is because we didn't need the melanin protection from the sun in the climate that we went to, whereas Africans, like the original humans that are black, they needed more sun protection, so they have darker skin. What was my point? What was I going on about? I go off on so many tangents. Wait, what was it?
Implies a power imbalance.
Power imbalance, that's it. Yeah, and my point is that biologically, black people are actually superior. They're like the OG humans, literally. Black people are superior biologically. If we're talking about I'm not talking about actual who's better when as a person, but if we're talking about raw biology, I'm pretty sure black people have the most advantage when it comes to biology. If we're talking about that, but I don't get what she's talking about when it comes to actual power imbalance, because white people don't have a power. We do not have a power imbalance against other races. That's what? No, we don't. We used to. We don't anymore. Everything's even now. Whatever.
That white people have the advantage over.
You can't, where'd you learn that?
That's any bullying, any kind of form of, it's about a power imbalance. It's punching up versus punching down. Where did I learn that? I went to school, I went to university, I read.
Oh goody, that says it all.
I do research.
I thought racism was treating people differently based upon the color of their skin.
On the very basics, yes, but there is the aspect of it.
You can't be racist unless there's a power imbalance.
Because it's the same thing with bullying. It's it's punching up versus punching down.
Why do we have a different word for racism versus bullying?
Because racism is bullying on the impression of race.
So it is race. It's not. So you can be racist against a specific.
When there is
dismantling her arguments in real time.
Say bully, you have a small guy and a big guy. Even if that small guy is trying to bully the big guy, there is not that same power imbalance.
But you see, what you're doing is you're categorizing an entire group of people as a little guy.
Fuck, he's good.
a big guy. How's that not racist?
Because it's systematically how it's always been. To this day,
How do you? But you're making a judgment on someone based on the color of their skin.
That's not what I said.
You just said it's always been that way. You are this thing because of that.
No, I said it's always been, people have always treated others that way.
Aren't you doing that though?
No.
But you just said someone with this skin color has a hierarchy of power.
Yes. I am
You are
a
treating
white
them
person,
differently
so I
based
have
on the color of
inherently
their skin.
privilege.
You can judge yourself, but you can't judge others based on the color of skin without being racist.
Yes, I agree. That's not what I said at all.
You said white people have a automatic power.
There is a white privilege. That doesn't mean I'm judging them. Privileged, you having privilege doesn't mean I judge you for that privilege. It's how you use that privilege.
You are judging them based on the color of their skin.
I'm not.
How are you arriving at the conclusion that they have privilege then?
Because that's just how it is.
This guy. Hold on. Am I able to move my... Nah, you can see it's fine. This guy. 500 IQ. 500 IQ play. This guy is... Look, I consider myself smart, right? But damn, this guy's fucking good. I could never do this. I could never do this. This guy's really good. How he's able to deconstruct arguments like this.
That there's no way to arrive to
See
that.
what happened? You say it's just how it is.
That is.
So
I'm
when
sorry.
people say, well, black people have to use separate water fountains, because that's just how it is. I'm sorry.
If that's how you want to take it, that's how you want to take it.
And you don't think you can advance any more on that?
I really don't want to.
All right, well, thank you.
Of course.
Because she's scared of being a social outcast. Yeah, this...
Keep in mind,
Oh, it's not finished.
this is an event that is designed for students to come together to have difficult conversations and disagree. If I'm being too insensitive in this interaction, then what's the point of the event?
Exactly. Let me just go ahead and link the
People
video.
can be
Hold on.
prejudiced against white.
Let me just go ahead and link the video. This was amazing. This was just... Really, no one... People... I'm sick of the whole, oh, you can't be racist towards white people. They are the racists. This guy put it perfectly. They're all categorizing people into a different group. That's racism. I mean, it just is. That's racism. The definition of racism is categorizing someone based on their skin color or their race in general. It's really sad, and they think they're the moral superior people. It's really sad. That was really nice. Okay. Should I end stream yet? I'm not sure. I would like to somehow come up with other activities to do after the reacts, because I don't know what else to do during stream. So I usually react to like 2 videos, right? 2 videos when I'm on stream. That way I can edit the 2 videos later. I do have to think of other things to do on stream. Also, have I... Hold on, did I ever edit this video here? I don't think I edited that video, did I? Did I ever... Which video was that? I gotta edit that video. Yeah, I do. I really do. That has been a good stream. Hour long. I used to do longer streams when people were here, but I haven't been doing that lately because there's not much people here. So I just focus on the recording side of things. So, yeah. That might be about it. This has been Kenji, I guess, doing another React stream, and I am indeed out. Bye-bye. Cheerio. Sayonara. No, sayonara. Yeah, sayonara.